Hello guys, Robert1 here, coming at you with a new Yu-Gi-Oh video, and in today's Yu-Gi-Oh video, we are obviously going to be talking about something very important in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to be talking about something that is so important that it literally shapes the game, changes it, makes it better or worse, and the thing we're going to be talking about today is the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG ban list. We're going to be talking about what Konami are going to do on it, what the potential chances of Konami hitting specific cards are, what cards could be hit, everything along those lines, because honestly guys, this ban list is coming whether we like it or not. We have events again with remote duels, and obviously Charmander's in the background as well, thinking, yes, we're going to get a ban list, and I think this might actually be his first ban list prediction video as well. Charmander being with us, and he actually did help me with some of these ban list predictions. So guys, we're going to be talking about this ban list. Hopefully you guys do enjoy it, and if you do, don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and all of that good stuff, because it shows that you guys enjoy the videos, and it shows me that you want to see more videos like this. So guys, let's get into the ban list right now. Cards that Konami will ban. The ban section on the Forbidden and Limited list. What will Konami ban? Well, I think the cards that Konami are going to ban this time around are fairly obvious. Like, let's be honest, these cards Konami are going to ban because they're the most broken cards in the game. They need to be banned to limit other decks, and a lot of the decks in the game right now need to be hit to an extent, and these cards are going to go to hit those decks. So the cards that we're going to see banned, the first one at least, is Destruction Sword. Literally, Destruction Sword is absolutely insane. Like, this card literally just says, I'm equipped to a Boros Savage 90% of the time, and I prevent you from special summoning from the extra deck. How is it that Konami have let this card live this long? Well, it's pretty simple. There have been no events for Konami to properly hit, but now that we actually got events in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, Konami are gonna slap this card so hard that we will never see Destruction Sword back in the game, because you literally just see it in so many decks. You see it in Adamancipator, you see it in any deck that can make Union Carrier plus a Dark Monster. You see it in any deck that makes literally Boros Savage, because if you just equip it to the Boros Savage, this card is insane and it's going to get banned. Literally, Konami going to slap this card into the side and put it straight on the ban list, because anything that says that I'm going to be equipped to a negate and you can't even hit this 9 times out of 10, and some of the cards in the game such as Dark Ruler and more don't even affect the card, we're gonna see a ban of it. It's gonna go bye-bye. Konami, they do know what they're doing 90% of the time, so we're gonna see goodbye to this card. So, though that is the first card we're going to be seeing banned, we will see another card getting banned that is played in the Dragon Link deck as well, though, guys. We'll be seeing Guard Dragon LP ban. Why? Because this card cannot be in the game anymore. Literally, we've hit the point in the game where Dragon Link has just been so dominant in the game for so long that it's literally been the best deck at the top of everything else for the longest time. Being a deck that has so many one-card combos that you can literally play a 60-card variant of the deck and still win with no issue is absolutely insane. Literally, every card in this deck is built to make the deck consistent. Every card in this deck is insane, and you can literally play up to 9 hand traps in the deck along with everything else to make the deck consistent, prevent your opponent from touching you, and just go absolutely insane. And Guard Dragon LP is the card you ban to hit this deck the most. Why? It says I summon a dragon from the deck for free. I can be summoning literally a Brotor, I can be summoning a Black Metal Dragon, I could be summoning a Starliege Safer, I could be summoning a Red MD, I could be summoning any dragon from the deck, and this card being so important, so crucial to the Guard Dragon combo, the Dragon Link combo is absolutely insane, and I'm definitely going to see this card ban on the Forbidden and Limited list. It's the best card to hit in Dragon Link, and honestly, banning this card, yes, we'll see an evolution of Dragon Link where we'll probably try to play without the card, but let's be honest, this is the most broken card in Dragon Link, being an extra deck card that summons any dragon from the deck. It's better than literally Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon in its prime, and this card is just absolutely insane, so we will see this card banned as well. Now, the next card though that we will see banned on the Forbidden and Limited list is a card that will actually be banned to prevent Halki Fibrax combos. And this card is Link Ross. Now, the reason we're going to see Link Ross banned is for a couple of reasons. First off, it's a token generating Link monster. How many cards are on the ban list that are banned because they literally make tokens? Like Gofu, Dandelion, Tomahawk, literally Scapegoat Sub 1, like so many cards on the ban list are there because they generate tokens, and tokens mean either more Synchro Summon potential, which is absolutely insane, or I'm just going to go into more Link plays. Now, obviously, Link Cross doesn't allow you to Link Summon, but the reason this card will be banned, primarily, is because the fact that you use those tokens to go into Synchro plays. The primary Synchro play is Metal Marcher, summon token back, summon Tuna from Graveyard, and then go into Herald of the Arclight, so you have that built-in negate, along with the Link Ross, and also another monster to go into further extending plays as well. Link Ross is literally one of the best cards that literally puts it in every deck, puts Needle Fiber in every deck, because it literally says I'm going to make a Herald in every deck, and Link Ross is the primary card we will see banned in that case, just for the fact that it says, oh, I make 2 tokens, I go into Herald, I have a tuner on board still, and then we continue going on from there. So, sadly, Link Ross will have to go for Needle Fiber's Sins. Please, Konami, instead, if you could, for the love of God, ban Needle Fiber, we would all prefer that. But Link Ross will be banned just for the fact that it's the card that literally makes Needle Fiber played in every single deck, outside of obviously stuff that plays Auroradon, because Auroradon locks you into out of Link monsters for the rest of the turn. So, yeah. 2 Evils, Link Ross is just the more generic option. But that card's going to get banned for Needle Fiber's Sins. Now, the next card, though, the next card that will get banned, because Konami are obviously going to ban this card for the pure fact that it says no one can play the game except for the one who summons it, and decks are actually summoning 2 of this card, is True Kings of All Calamities. Now, I don't think I have to explain to anyone why this card needs to be banned. This card literally says you cannot play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! You cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, and if you're playing any deck that can make 2 of them, aka Virtual Worlds, or any deck that even makes 1 of them, such as decks like Drytron, Virtual Worlds, any deck like Orcust as well that literally makes this card, well, you just look at your opponent, you say to them, yeah, effect in standby phase, and now they cannot activate the card. Now, and a lot of the time, guys, the only way you're going to survive is if you have an imperm, but there are a lot of decks that set up other negates along with the VFD. So even if you do have the imperm, they're either going to remove the VFD, such as in Virtual World, they use the trap card to destroy their own VFD, or they just go ahead and negate the impermanence, so the VFD still goes through and you're unable to play for the turn, and then just get OTK'd on the following turn. So VFD is a card that has to get banned. Konami will ban it, and honestly, they'll give some stuff back for Virtual World as well. I can see happening as well, but True King of All Calamities, nah. This card doesn't have fun. It's not fun, so it's going to be banned. Now, obviously, Zexal will probably also get hit as well, potentially, but it's less likely to be hit than VFD for the pure fact that Utopic Future is only consistent thanks to the Numeron network, and that's a field spell, and you have to limit a lot of yourself to actually successfully go into that, so yeah, VFD is a lot more cancerous than Zexal, so yeah, pretty much that's just my fault in the irons. But if they do choose to ban it, I'm not going to complain. But yeah, that's one of the last cards to get banned. But the last card to get banned, this card, out of all the cards in this ban section, needs to be banned. And this card is Smoke Grenade. Smoke Grenade is actually a banned card in Equip Spell form. Now, literally, look at so many cards on the ban list. You've got Trap Dust Shoot, looks at your opponent's hand, discard a card. Oppression, no, not Confiscation. Look at your opponent's hand, get rid of a card. Forceful Sentry, look at your opponent's hand, get rid of a card. Delinquent Duo, discard 2 cards from the hand. Literally, Smoke Grenade is a card that says, I get to look at my opponent's hand, I get to discard a card from my opponent's hand for free, and I don't even care, and I'm not hard once per turn. Smoke Grenade is a card that will be banned because it literally says, oh, even if you open good, even if you opened a hand that can literally play around this board, well, I'm just going to look at your hand and, yeah, I'm going to just take that and put it in the graveyard. And this card just makes Infernoble Goodnight so busted, so overpowered, that honestly, Smoke Grenade needs to be banned just to deal with that garbage. Literally, ban Smoke Grenade, balance the Inferno Noble Knight players, and honestly, stop making it so you can hand loop up to 3 cards, 4 cards, because honestly, Konami, hand looping isn't fun, and being able to hand loop your opponent up to 3 cards most of the time, it's not fair, and you'll just give your opponent your hand knowledge to your opponent, and cards like that aren't fair at all. So, Smoke Grenade, straight to the Shadow Realm. Good riddance. Konami will ban this card for definite, but that's all I have for the ban section. Honestly, I see every one of these cards getting hit. Dragon Sword, Destruction Sword, that card's gone. It's too dumb. LP, you need to limit the Dragon Link deck. That deck is the best deck in the game and has been the best deck for the longest time. Linkross, Needle Fiber Sins, True King of all Calamities. Honestly, I want to play the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And Smoke Grenade, you've got 3 cards on the ban list that literally say, look at the opponent's hand and discard a card. How is this card still legal? But yeah, that's the ban cards. Let's actually go onto the limited section now so we can talk about that. Cards that are going to be limited. Now, obviously this section isn't going to be very huge because there isn't a lot of cards that will actually be limited from my point of view on what Konami are going to be doing on this ban list. But there are 3 cards that I actually see being limited, and we're going to talk about them now. Now, the first card we're going to be talking about is a card that honestly really does need to be limited, and that is Miscellaneousaurus. And do I even have to say anything? Have you read Miscellaneousaurus? Oh, you cannot affect any of my dinosaur monsters with activated effects, and I can banish myself from the graveyard to special summon a Bling Dino that gets me to instant UTC? This card's getting limited. This card's going to the Shadow Realm. Dinosaurs are literally overpowered because of this card, and having this card at 3? Nah. This card was busted at 1. The whole reason dinosaurs came back was because of Lithosagem, and well, you didn't really see a lot of Lithosagem plays, but it was a reason at the beginning, and because Miscellaneousaurus came to 3. Now, Miscellaneous at 1, it will still be a played deck because you still got 3 of the Bling Dinosaur Crocodile, but 1 Miscellaneousaurus is fair. 1 is fair, 3 is overpowered because legit you can do it on your turn, discard it, banish, special your Bling Dino, but then on my turn, I have a chance to out your board. Miscellaneousaurus says no, if I have an extra 1 in hand, you don't have a chance to out my board. So yeah, if you've read Miscellaneousaurus, you understand this, it's going to 1. Honestly, I would want it banned. I would want the card banned. I hate the card. I hate dinosaurs. I goddamn hate summoning UTC, attacking all monsters. It's boring, but Miscellaneousaurus is going to 1, guys. Like, I'm not even gonna joke here. Like, this card needs to go to 1. Now, the next card that will be limited, though, is a card that will go from banned to 1, and this actually has a lot of logic behind it, and this is Heavy Metal Foes Electromite. Now, Heavy Metal Foes Electromite will go to 1 for one simple reason, and that simple reason is, well, look up the next set in the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Blazing Vortex, a set that literally has Metal Foes support. So what will Konami do? They will limit Metal Foes Electromite to 1, bringing a good godsend to the Pendulum players, and obviously giving it back so Metal Foes can have it. And the whole reason, by this standpoint, why they'll give us Metal Electromite to 1, they did the same for Phantom Knights and Phantom Rage. They did Phantom Rage. As soon as that card set was released, a little bit before that, they put Rusty Bard each to 1. They put it to 1, just so they were able to sell Phantom Rage easier. Now, logical sense says they will follow this path and put Electromite to 1, making it so Blazing Vortex sells easier for the Metal Foes players and giving Pendulums a bit back. Now, will they bring back other Pendulum cards? I don't know, you have to watch the rest of this video, but Electromite is going to 1. We're seeing more Metal Foes support, and they did it for Rusty Bardich. If not, Pendulum players rise up, assault Konami, throw eggs at their windows, send them emails, and, you know, maybe Cool Triff Gaming, he might have something to say about it, but get them! But yeah, Electromite will definitely come back to 1. But the last card that I feel is going to be limited, and this was something that Charmander wanted me to talk about as well, being his fire-type self, and this is Mirage Stalio. Now, the reason why me and Charmander kind of talked about this card and was like, yeah, we could see this card coming back, is because, well, Sun and Great are doing nothing. Look at the Salamangreat deck. That deck has done nothing in the longest time. Yes, it's a good deck still. Yes, it's a decent deck still. But what has Salamangreat really done? They've done nothing. They're a rogue deck at best. They don't really do much in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And in all honesty, Mirage Stallion gave them a bit of spice. It gave them a bit of interesting. And it gave them an easier way to summon their one Gazelle. So, honestly guys, I can see Mirage Stallion coming back to 1. The deck will not be broken. The deck has so many cards on the ban list as is. Seeing Mirage Stallion banned, Circle at 1, Gazelle at 1, Mirage Stallion back to 1 wouldn't hurt at all, so honestly, just give them the card back at 1. It's not a big deal, and honestly, summoning Gazelle from the deck and being able to compulse one monster your opponent controls, it's not that insane, so yeah, for the last limited card on this list, I definitely can see Mirage Stallion going back to 1, and Charmander really wanted it for some reason. I don't know. Maybe it's because he's a fire type. Maybe in the background he's truly a Salamangreat player. But, guys, Mirage Stallion to 1, definitely see it. So yeah, that's all the limited cards. Let's go on to the limbo realm of the semi-limited world. Semi-limited cards. What is Konami going to semi-limit on this Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG ban list? Well, I personally think they're going to semi-limit to 2 cards and no more than 2 cards because, let's be honest guys, a semi-limited section of the ban list is a testing ground to see if cards that are up 1 can go to 3. And in my mind, I feel like Konami will do this just to see if you could bring these cards that are 1 back to 3. And the first card that I think Konami will be putting in the semi-limited section from the limited section is Zoodiac Dryden. And my whole logic behind this is, Zoodiac, yes, they're doing meta-relevant things. They're doing things that make them a meta-relevant deck. But let's be honest, guys. Zoodiac aren't meta because of their Zoodiac monsters. Zoodiac is meta because of AA Zeus. Literally, Divine Arsenal AA Zeus is the whole reason Zoodiac is meta. This deck was making small drops here and there before it had AA Zeus, but that's only because AA Zeus allows, and the only reason this deck is good because of AA Zeus is because you can just overlay 6 monsters on top of it and then make the AA Zeus and then just board white 3 times. Now, do I think Dryden coming to 2 would absolutely break that strategy? No, Dryden at 2 is actually kind of logical. Like, you don't see, the card has done nothing on its own. Zoodiac with just 1 Dryden has done not a lot anyway, and bringing it to 2, it's just a face-up pop. And I could honestly see Konami putting it to 1 to put it in the testing phase to see if it's got a card ready to come back to 3. And let's be honest guys, Zoodiac with 1 Ratpier and 1 Barrage, having 2 Dryden is not going to break the deck, so yeah, I could definitely see Dryden coming back to 2, giving it a bit more control and a bit more late game potential, because of early game, you summon the Dryden, if they get rid of the Dryden, 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to go through a ton of hoops just to make that Dryden again. So yeah, Dryden back to 1, I could definitely see it. Now, the other card, though, that I believe will go from 1 to 2 is Emergency Teleport. And the whole reason behind this, my main logic behind Emergency Teleport going from 1 to 2 is they'll ban True King of all Calamities, and Virtual World kind of depend on that card. So why not give the deck an Emergency Teleport to allow that deck to be a bit more played? And also, guys, let's be honest, Konami releasing a Psychic-based deck, giving him Emergency Teleport doesn't sound like a bad idea. Like, the card has been at 1 for the longest time. It special summons a Psychic monster, and the most broken Psychic monster you could potentially summon with this card is probably Ghost Ogre right now. So I honestly don't see an issue with Emergency Teleport coming from 1 to 2, and it will just boost Virtual World without True King of All Calamities, allowing them to have a bit more plays and allowing them to go down different routes and be a bit more consistent, especially seeing as if you ban VFD, deck doesn't make a lot of broken boards. You're just making like Shen and like maybe that new rank 9 Xyz monster. That's all you're really doing. So honestly, Emergency Teleport to 2 makes sense to me in the Limbo Zone to see if it's ready to come back to 3. But guys, that's all I have for the semi-limited zone. Honestly, I can see these cards coming back very easily. There's no reason for them not to, and they've been on the list for so long that it just makes sense to me to see them come back to 1. But guys, that's the semi-limited section. Let's actually go on to the unlimited section, because there's some stuff coming back on the unlimited section. The final section of this video, cards that will go from semi-limited, limited, anywhere along those lines to 3. Now, let's be honest, guys. There are 4 cards on the ban list right now that are honestly just going to go straight from 2 to 3, and that is Seer Mellibranch of the Burning Abyss, Graf Mellibranch of the Burning Abyss, Totally Awesome, and ABC Dragon Buster. Now, Seer and Graf, these 2 cards do not need to be banned anymore, these don't need to be semi-limited anymore, and these cards can easily go to free. Burning Abyss is not the best deck in the game anymore. Sure, it's survived like 5 years without being a dumb deck, and still does things here and there, but like, majority of the time, you're seeing like 1 Graf and 1 Seer in the main deck of Burning Abyss anyway, so seeing Graf and Seer going to free would not be a big deal anyway for the Burning Abyss, and it would just keep the deck as it is anyway, and I don't see the issue with Graf and Seer going to free. Sure, you put up full power, but it's not gonna break the deck, so just do it. And ABC Dragon Buster and Toad being limited originally for Master Rule 5, they've done nothing, and honestly, Konami brought them back to 2, and they've still done nothing, so just give Frog players and ABC players back their Dragon Buster and Toad. It's not gonna be a big deal, and they're doing nothing anyway, and they won't probably do anything now anyway, because of the deck's just, the game's at a point where 1 Toad and 1 Buster is not absolutely insane anymore. And sure, I hate these cards because of how good they were back in the day when I had to play against them, but these cards, they don't need to be semi-limited anymore, and being a preemptive strike on Konami's part, it's not good, and it doesn't need to happen, so yeah, bring them back to 3. So that's those cards though, but there is one last card that we're going to be talking about in this video, one card that will actually skip the semi-limited section and go straight to 3, and this card is Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Now, guys, you're probably thinking, why? But let's be honest, guys, this card does not need to be at 1. This card has a weakened effect where it's been erratted, and a erratted effect that literally states you can only use it as a hard once per turn effect. You can only use this effect once per turn. The card is not as busted as it used to be. We're going to be banning LP anyway, so Dragon Link is pretty much going to be weakened to a huge extent anyway. So honestly, why not give Dragon Link back to Red MD and see them only play 1 still, because they searched the Red MD through Black Metal Dragon anyway, so like, let's be honest, guys, I don't see this card needing to be at 1 anymore. This card is erratted, this card isn't as busted as it used to be, so honestly, guys, I could see Red MD going to 3 quite easily and not even needing to go into the semi-limited section. The card is not as busted as it used to be. The card literally is a hard once per turn. It's been erratted. It doesn't need to be at 1 anymore. So guys, just give Red MD to 3. It's not busted. We're going to see LP, and we're going to see Linkross, and we're going to see Destruction Sword gone. So it's not like Dragon Link is going to be absolutely as insane as it was before. And honestly, Red MD as a hard once per turn is not busted at all anyway. So guys, though, that is the last card that I have on my Forbidden and Limited list predictions. Charmander, thank you for your help on this list, being your first ban list, I believe. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Tell me your thoughts on this ban list, because honestly, these are just my opinions and Charmander's opinions. Like, honestly, we come up with this list, we thought about this list, we thought long and hard in the vault, in the workshop, thinking, what will Konami do? What is the most likely things to happen? And seeing as there's all these events coming back and all these events are happening, I could honestly see all of these things happening. But guys, honestly, that's just my thoughts and opinions, and Charmander's in the background. Tell us your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. We would love to hear them. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please check out the Twitch in the link in the description below. I am streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I will see you guys next time. RoboBat1 signing out. Later all.